next 10 minutes I have with you, if you would take a journey with me to Luke, the 19th chapter, verses 1 to 10. Luke 19. They're fine. Leave them alone. They're fine. Luke 1 verses 1 to 10. Message translation says this. Then Jesus entered and walked through Jericho. There was a man there. His name was Zacchaeus, the head taxman and quite rich. He wanted desperately to see Jesus, but the crowd was in his way. He was a short man and couldn't see over the crowd. So he ran on ahead and climbed up in a sycamore tree so he could see Jesus when he came by. When Jesus got to the tree, he looked up and said to Zacchaeus, "Hurry down. Today is my day to be a guest in your home." Somebody catching it? Zacchaeus scrambled out of the tree, hardly believing his good luck, delighted to take Jesus home with him. Everyone who saw the incident was indignant and grumped. What business does he have getting cozy with this crook? Zacchaeus just stood there, a little stunned. He stammered apologetically, "Master, I'll give away half my income to the poor. And if I'm caught cheating, I'll pay 4 times the damages." Jesus said, "Today." See, some of y'all, if God ain't never pulled you out of nothing, you can't clap on that right there. But if he changed your life and you woke up one day and things was just not the same anymore, you can clap on that today part. Today is salvation day in this home. Here he is, Zacchaeus, the son of Abraham. This is the Lord talking. For the Son of Man came to find and restore the lost. I just got a few minutes. Today's message, I want to start the series, is up on the screen. About to do something different. Look at somebody and say, "I'm about to do something different." Thank you, musicians. I'm about to do something different. For the next 50 people in the next 10 minutes that can get this, holla at your boy when I tell you this, that you're about to enter a season of perpetual and untethered success. You didn't hear what I said. For 50 of y'all, let me make it plain for you that you're about to walk into continual success. Contract after contract, deal after deal, connection after connection. For those of us that seem like you ain't been moving and going nowhere, God told me to give you declaration on today that today is the day that you getting ready to come up out of some stuff, and the crowd around you ain't getting ready to stop you. They are not going to hinder you. They can't prevent you. I don't care how much they don't want to mention your name in the room. God says, "I'm taking your name places that your feet ain't never entered into. I'm getting ready to take every negative thing they said about you, instead of it disqualify you." I ain't got but 7 minutes. It's getting ready to qualify you for the moment. Would you look at somebody and say, "This is my moment"? I know my past is my past, but God said my past can't hinder my future. Things are about to change on my behalf. Oh, look at somebody and say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. For the next 15 of interview. God said, pull back out your curriculum vitae, get your resume together, practice your interviewing skills, get your casual blue suit, get your casual heels together, get your casual hair together. Your name is coming up in somebody's computer and you are already qualified. I'm talking up in here. God told me to tell you that your contract is going from the underwriter to approved. Today is your day. Today is your day. Today is your day. You listen to me. Get it together. Get your LinkedIn, your LinkedIn, your LinkedIn. I said LinkedIn. Get your LinkedIn together. You getting ready to get inquiries. You getting ready to get requests. I'm talking about 50 of y'all in here, and I know I'm talking right. Listen here. Do not get comfortable. If you got to pack it. If you got to let it go, let it go. If you got to stop hanging out with them, listen here. Where you at right now can't be important in where you are going. Would you high five somebody and tell them I'm like the Beverly Hillbillies? I'm packing up. I'm packing up. I'm packing up. I'm packing up. I got the Lord in my life. I got God in my heart. Y'all ain't helping me, man. I need to talk to my church. Jesus is in the center of my life. And those of you that are waiting on your education, God said it won't be your education this time. If you talking about your family disqualified you, it won't be your family disqualifying you this time. It won't be your debt ratio getting in your way. God says, I'm prepared for those of y'all that can get me in your heart and get me back to the center of your life. I'm erasing your past, listen here, and I'm expediting some blessings in your direction. Your mortgage application, your job application. It's a season of divine connection. Would you go ahead and elbow somebody and say, you better hook up, you better hook up. And the first person you need to hook up with is Jesus. You better get the Lord in your heart. In the next 3 years, hear me, I need you to sow and save. I need you to cut back. I need you to understand that you gotta put God first. Divine connections. Divine connections. If you don't know the person sitting next to you, would you please take 3 seconds and then tell them, let me reintroduce myself. I know this ain't Jay-Z. I know this ain't Jay-Z and I ain't no rapper, but I sat down next to you. Look at him. I sat down next to you and I did not tell you who I was, but I know you felt me in here. I am a boss. Ain't nobody saying nothing to me. I am a boss. I got word on it. He says I'm a lender and not a borrower. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. I'm the head and not the tail. So I am a boss. I am in charge. I am who he said. Hold on. Divine connection. Offers and commissions and compensations and closings are your portion. I came to remind you that they can't stop you. Can I listen to me? They can't stop you. Can I get to the text real quick? I only got a few minutes. If you read the text, if you go back what I put up there, that the crowd was in his way. Did y'all hear what I said? Mama, everybody had a front row seat and he couldn't get to the place where he needed to be. And the crowd was in his way to the point that them blocking him made him run ahead of them. Y'all ain't catch that? I know I used to be slow too. Let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you. That some doors that were closed in your face is so that you can stay ahead of those that started before you. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. Some people can't be your friend because you're already destined to be ahead of them. Some folk you ain't gonna be invited to the party. Some people ain't gonna be in your phone listing because it's gonna push you. Tell somebody I'm pushing you. You think God trying to deny you? No, He closed that opportunity so he can push you. Understand this, that men in that culture, DP, they wasn't allowed to run like that. It was out of character and out of nature for a man to run. And because of the situation, he had to do something outside of the culture. Y'all didn't catch that. Outside of the norm. He had to get outside of what was pleasing to other people and do what he had. Y'all ain't saying nothing, but you go ahead and elbow that other neighbor and say, I'm done pleasing people. I got to do what I need to do to get next to the Lord. I'm done satisfying those people that don't understand what I need the Lord to do in my life. I'm done apologizing for stuff I didn't do. If I didn't do it, I ain't got to say I'm sorry. If I didn't say it, I ain't got to apologize. I'm done being the bigger person for small-minded people. I'm done. I'm done. Done. You won't hold me in a box. You won't make me live a life that's beneath my benefits. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. I just said something right there. You won't make me live a life beneath my benefits. He died for me that I may have life and have it more abundantly. Look at somebody and say, I got a right. I gotta go. I gotta go. The crowd tried to stop him. They pushed him. They made him so that he would get ahead. They stayed ahead of him. But watch this. He was last coming up. But he was first in the end. Yeah. I told somebody last week when Garrett was preaching up here and he was talking about people starting off before you, look like they got the advantage of you. I leaned over and told DP, I said, some folk had a 2-tornado head start on me. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing to me. They had a 2-tornado head start on me, and you got the nerve to talk about how many folk coming to the church when you had 20 years to get your stuff together. Let me talk to some people in here that folk running their mouth about you, and they had their opportunity to do what you do. Look at somebody say, it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault that you didn't love the Lord the way I loved him. They had a head start. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. You got to touch. Some people mad because you in relationship. You had a man and didn't act right. You had a woman and didn't act right. You had a job and didn't act right. Don't hate on me. Somebody, here's for somebody right here. Here's for 20 of y'all that you think the crowd got you blocked. I came to give you declaration. You not behind. You right where you need to be. Hear me? I gotta go. God left you out for a reason. He don't want the correlation in the relationship to tarnish your name. Listen to me. He taking you places, and you can't drag your family. You can't drag your cousin. You can't drag your co-workers. You can't drag your friend girl. God is elevating you. Them blocking you is getting ready to take you to the next level. I got Bible for you, because when they didn't let him in, he not only ran ahead, but he got above. He got above. He got above. He got above. He didn't try to bully his way through. He didn't sell himself short. Here's what I'm about to tell somebody. Here come Elder. He found his own path. You don't read nowhere in the Bible where another man had to climb the way he climbed. Wait a minute now. Not only did he climb, but the Bible indicates that he was a short man. I'm trying to close. Listen to me. That he did something that his physical ability did not allow him to do. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing to me. If I can't preach to 15 of y'all, can I talk to myself? Let me talk to some people in here that you had to grow up not having everything that you need. Some of us had to take baths with our cousins. Some of us had to wear our uncle's clothes. Some of us had to walk to school. But your ability did not hinder you. Matter of fact, your disability showed what your ability was. His size, his stature. Somebody say his stature. Yeah, his stature. He found his own path. He made his own way. He didn't let that season of getting stuck with the crowd. Listen to me. You got to have a habit. I'm closing, y'all. I'm trying to. I told y'all we weren't going to finish this. I posted on Facebook. Y'all didn't believe me. I said, we ain't going to finish this. He didn't get stuck trying to do the norm. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. I dare you to be different. Elder White, I dare you to be different. I don't care what the crowd is doing. If they getting perms, you go natural. Y'all ain't saying that they're wearing the wig, you get a show in. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. They're growing dreads, you get you a fade. Y'all quiet on me. If they wear sneakers, you put on a suit and tie. I dare you to be different. If you come in here and they sitting down, you stand up and clap your hands. If you come in here and they can't give God thank you, you ought to run around this church. I promise you, if you want to see different results, you got to do something different. You can't be like everybody else. And for 25 of y'all, God said if you get outside of your up the nose in the air by yourself, he said, I'll bless you the way you dream about. If there's 25 of y'all in here to give God some praise. Hold on. Let me close with this. Jesus get there, and Zacchaeus is up in the tree, and Jesus knew exactly where to find him. You can't tell me it was one tree planted by itself. I'm simple now. I'm simple. It wasn't just one tree. Jesus knew where to find. Can I help about 12 of y'all? And I promise y'all, Tremaine, find me a key to get in so I can holler and get out of here. Listen to me. God knows exactly where you are. And here's the text. Understand this, that nobody introduced Jesus to Zacchaeus. Woo! Jesus knew his name right off the bat. Here's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And I'm closing with this. Have I got a witness here? The Lord knows you by name. Grab your neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't care who's in the crowd. God got your name in his mouth. Have I got a witness here? You can hide out there in the streets. You can hide out there in the club. But I can tell you, he knows right where you are. Can you go ahead and help this bald-head preacher close this sermon? Grab your neighbor and say, neighbor, I hear your name being called. I hear God calling your name. He's calling you to go home with you. He's calling you to change your life. He's calling you to take you to another level. Tell somebody, I'm changing right before your eyes. I got to do something different. I got to start praising God. I got to start giving him the glory. I got to start being prayer down on my knees with my family. Is there anybody that's in here? You ready? Tell Tell somebody, I'm ready. I'm ready to do something different. Say yeah. Yeah. Say yeah. I'm ready to do something different. I got to get my mind right. I got to get my life together. I got to change my ways. I got to get the Lord home with me. Your neighbor ain't moved yet. I know some of y'all, you're too young to know about a stick shift, but I need you to grab your neighbor like you got a 5-speed in your hand. I need you to take your left foot, put your foot on the devil's neck, and shift your neighbor and say, we're moving on up to first gear. Grab your foot, put it on the devil's neck, and say, we're moving on the second gear. Shake it one time, put your foot on the devil's neck, take it to third gear. Is there anybody ready to change? Is there anybody ready to move on? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, hold on. I'm changing speeds. I'm going to another level. Grab your neighbor, shake him one more time. Tell your neighbor, I got to change you. You got to go to the next level. Fourth gear. The Lord told me to tell you, new homes in this church, new jobs in this church, entrepreneurs in this church, new families in this church. Tell your neighbor, say, neighbor, we're not there yet. I got one more. One more. One more. One more gear. Somebody ain't caught it yet. Grab your neighbor. Say, you thought my last move got you moving, but my next move gonna take you there. Shake your neighbor. No, shake your neighbor. No, shake your neighbor. Say, let's go. Put your foot on the devil. Take it to fifth gear. I'm ready. I'm ready to do something different. Bro Brown, I got to go to another level. Say yeah. 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 Tell somebody, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. But this next quarter, I'm turning this. Woo! Yes, sir. Keep clapping. Keep giving them glory. Do what you ain't never done before.